Okay, in this video, let's continue on and look at, sorry, where'd my brush go? There it is. Let's look at a game where it's strict sequencing, but it's a hybrid sequence. Let's explain how this works. All right, so first off, we have 4 boys and 3 girls assigned to a row of 5 adjacent lockers. Okay, so that indicates to us, okay, we have sequencing going on, right? Numbered consecutively 1 through 5, right? Following conditions says each locker assigned to either 1 or 2 children, each child must be assigned to exactly 1 locker. So this portion right here indicates to us that we have no repeats, right? Once we've used up one of the kiddos, we can't put them out again. However, with condition 1, look at this part here. This indicates it's the distribution game, right? Or has a distribution element to it, is that each locker could be with either 1 or 2 children. All right, so let's just make a sketch of the situation here. All right, so we have boys. I'm going to put the boy category here. Let's put it as Fred, J, F, J, M, and P. Okay, those are the boys. And then the girls will do N, R, and T here for the girls. So it's boys and girls. All right, and we have 5 lockers. Let's see, so we got to do something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But remember, each locker, there's a possibility that we could have 2 people assigned to this locker, right? We have 5 lockers and 7 people, so we know that if it's 1 or 2, that we know that there's 2 of them that are going to have, 2 will have 2 people in them, and then the remaining 3 would just have would be solitary. Okay, so let's see what our rules are for the moment here. So that's what this part says here. Each locker must be assigned either 1 or 2. Each child assigned to exactly 1 locker. I don't really need to write that one down. That's just the sort of the verbal strict sequencing rules that we have here. Okay, so what about number 2? Each shared locker must be assigned to 1 girl and 1 boy. Okay, so this is important. So I'm going to put this as rule number 2. This one states that if we have a shared locker, it's got to be boy-girl, right? I can't do 2 boys. I can't do 2 girls. It's got to be 1 boy and 1 girl. All right, that's going to be helpful. All right, 3. J must share a locker, but R can't share a locker. Okay, well, if R is not allowed, so I'm going to parse this out. R not shared. R by itself, is in by itself, alone. Okay, and then we also know that J has to share. Well, J is in the boy category and R is in the girl category, so that means J, it's got to have to share either with N or with T, but we don't know which one. So J shares with either N or T. Okay, and then we have, let's see, rule 4. N's locker can't be next to T's locker. Okay, so N not next to T, so we can't do N, T. We're not allowed to do that. Okay, it's getting a little confusing with my notation here, but just bear with me for a second. And then finally, F must be on locker 3. Okay, so F is on 3. So I'm going to just do that right now. Let's put F right there. Okay, now we think to ourselves, what kind of deductions can we make from this? What can we fill in with our sketch? And again, there's not a whole lot that we can do with this actual sketch because we don't have any specifics about where things are going to be placed other than just where F has to be. Now, let's just think about this. We know that we have to have J somewhere, and J is going to share either with N or with T. But we also know that N or T can't be next to each other, right? Rules 3 and 4. And think about, again, the reason why I'm harping on those is that we have sort of sense of repeat of players in rules 3 and 4. Anytime that you have something like that, where you've got the same pieces are mentioned in more than one rule, you always want to think to yourself, how can I combine those rules together logically in some sort of way? And that would indicate this. J is going to have to go somewhere, either in the first 2 or in the other 2, right? And J is going to have to be paired with either N or T. But that means that I'm going to have to put either the one that J is not with, either N or T, on the other side of F, right? They have to be split. F is almost like a boundary in between, potentially in between them. Actually, let me back that up for a second. Not entirely, because F could have either N or T with them. But here's what I just want to get at. We can't have N and T next to each other. So wherever J is, we know that if I put J here, and there's an N that goes with J there, I know that I can't put T over here. T is going to have to either go with F or somewhere over there. Hopefully, I feel like I'm kind of babbling a bit here, but I hope that kind of makes sense. But I can't put anything down specifically where I would put J or N or T other than, thinking about these particular rules. So I do know, so let's kind of recap this a little bit. I do know that R has to be by itself. So if I want to do a list of what the shared versus excuse me, shared versus the solo group. The shared group, I know it's going to have to be, we definitely have J with N or T, but then I've got to have something else with also N or T. So N and T will always have to be shared. They're those poor girls. They don't get their own locker, right? They're forced into it. Okay. But as far as, so J, then one of them stuck with J, and then the other one is going to be stuck with one of the other boys here. We don't know which one. None of them have been restricted here. But then for solo, we know for sure R gets her own locker somewhere. Okay, so here, we don't know exactly where. And then we also get, remember, we need 2 shared lockers and 3 non-shared lockers. So then the candidates for non-shared lockers would be, well, we know J has to go with somebody, so it would be F, M, and P are the other possible candidates. Okay, but that's all that I know. I know that N and T have to share lockers, both of them, with one with J and one with somebody else. I know R goes by herself, and then F, M, or P, 2 out of those 3 are also going to be solitary. Okay, that's about as far as we really could do. I can't put anything further into this board, but between that and these yellow notes here and the purple ones, you should hopefully be able to handle these questions. So I'm going to just pause here, take a screenshot, and see if you can have at them.